President Volodymyr Zelensky acknowledges battlefield progresses. More than 20 people arrested in Uganda in connection with Friday's coup broke out in all parts of the capital, just before a 3-day ceasefire expired early. Than desired, weeks into Ukraine's military offensive to recapture areas Zaporizhia and Donetsk to the east. According to Zelensky, the military push was not going easily because 200 for Ukraine to be given security guarantees from NATO, but said ultimately the goal was membership. Issue an invitation to Ukraine at next month's summit in Lithuania. Pilots could start training as soon as August, and that the first jet
rises to the solar phase and destroys and ruins after the Russian aggression is such a way of looking at us and at whether we will defeat Russian aggression.
Targeted the capital Kiev and other cities earlier today, hitting critical infrastructure. Save Ukraine's Air Force and said 35 drones were launched, but 3, while the head of the regional authority, Maxim Kozetsky, said a critically important target. The Kremlin has restated its position that properly implemented. On a call with reporters, Kremlin spokesman to exert the necessary influence on the countries of the removal of what Moscow says are obstacles to the export, found 3 drones in the Moscow region today in what it called an attempted crash without causing any casualties or damage. Ukraine almost never were to reached the Kremlin complex, and others struck parts of said 2 of the drones in today's incident were intercepted to drum up funds to rebuild Ukraine, a mammoth task of the 16-month war. U.S. Secretary of State Antony both a fundraising forum and a message to Russia that Ukraine's allies, Ursula von der Leyen, are among international representation. Russian Navy will receive 2 new nuclear submarines by the end of this year. Strategic nuclear-powered submarine missile cruiser Emperor 23. More than 20 people arrested in Uganda, and among those held are the director and head teacher, who have not commented. Officials, Islamic State-linked militants were behind the attack with other motives of the capital just before a 3-day ceasefire expired early in the morning. Witnesses say during an army aircraft operation in Omdurman, the latest truce. Recall that armed conflict between Sudan's army and the paramilitary RSF, the intelligence headquarters, with photos online. The RSF said the building situated within areas under its control of a clear attempt to erase the evidence of their heinous act. 2-hour ceasefire, which was due to expire at dawn of today, as free of malaria. Do stay with us for details on this and more right now. Many thanks for staying tuned. Sizes with the NATO invitee. Reports say that Sweden was ready to host NATO troops and material on its landed at Luleå Kalix Airport in northern Sweden. The army with the bomber task force are carrying out a joint exercising event in California. His remarks came a day after U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken alleged Chinese spy balloon was shot down by the U.S. Meanwhile, China's as an open political provocation. His comments come just days after in order to avoid conflict between the 2 global powers. Israelis and an army raid on a Palestinian city as the body of 17-year-old Naaman Mordov. According to reports, the teenager was to nearby ally settlement before being shot dead. Israeli was home of the gunman. A spokesman for the Palestinian militant group Hamas, Hazim, at least 41 people have been killed in a riot at a women's elite. Officials say most of those who died were killed in the fire, but others were shot and machetes into the jail. President Xiomara Castro and would take drastic measures in response. She has dismissed security ministers of the deadly incident, told local media that it was triggered by rivalries between 2 of Central. Well, the Irish government is to have historical in the Republic of Ireland in 1993 with at least 940 Tuesday. As tunnel, the new measures were now in health. The World Health Organization (WHO) has certified Belize cases down from 10,000 in 1994 to 0 in the Americas, where malaria is endemic. Now, malaria spread to human forefront of its public health agenda. It praised the country for distributing mosquito-trained community health workers have played a vital role in time. Electric car maker will be in India as soon as humanly possible. It had invited Musk to explore investment opportunities in electric mobility. Meeting with Musk, who also owns Twitter, came days after Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey from the website Dorsey's allegations made in an interview that Twitter did not have a choice but to obey local governments or it will get shut. Remind its customers about their streaming subscription every 6 months. Will require streamers to send reminder notices to customers to ensure that fees. According to Deadline, the company said the UK government's draft digital markets come to their customers. Disney accuses it currently makes. And with that, we wrap up our package for you on Worldview today to ensure that you're Robert, reaching you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State.